So I'm trying to understand. You got robbed and you were drugged in Colombia. People, I don't understand. Like, everybody keeps talking about this.
Correct. I don't understand either. You got drugged and robbed in Colombia. And this is what many of us Colombians are talking about. How in the world are you people getting yourselves into this situation? I don't understand. Like, what are you doing?
I keep seeing videos on social media popping up about this. And, I feel it puts a negative impact on the country and on those cities.
He's right. A lot of us Colombians are really tired of you guys coming to Colombia and messing up the image for us. Especially when it comes to those certain cities that only certain passport bros go to, right? Because for some reason, these trolls that go on my comment section and accuse me of racism, which it has nothing to do with race. A passport bro or an expat or a world traveler could be of any single color, but you guys keep getting yourself into trouble, and we keep on telling you, don't go there, but you go there. You act like little kids. Don't put your hand on the stove, and you put your hand on like a stove like a little kid, and then you get mad when we say we told you so. Like, what do you expect was going to happen?
They mention cities like Medellin, Cartagena, Barranquilla. That's where I'm originally from. And I tell you, after being in Colombia over 30-some years, partying my whole life and hanging out and having a blast and seeing family, I go everywhere.
You see, just like him. In my 40 years of traveling back and forth in Colombia, living there, growing up there, going to school there, I have been many parts of Colombia. I'm going everywhere. I've been in the Pacific Coast in Buenaventura. I have been through all, Valle del Cauca, all to the small cities, Pradera, Buga, Tuluá. I've driven all the way from Cali, all the way to Risaralda and all the other states and all the other departments, all the way to Guatapé. I have been in Cartagena, in Barranquilla by car. And when I drove all the way to Guatapé, I didn't take the new highways that they just created. I'm talking about the old school ways. When the bridge had fallen, a few years ago, I think it was like 2018, 2017, with an ex-girlfriend of mine, in her car, we took the old path. We had to go through the small villages, to the small towns and the tippy top of mountains, like in the middle of the jungle, in the middle of nowhere. And guess what? Nada me pasó. Nothing has ever happened. So I don't understand what you guys are doing to yourselves. Like, really, like, why are you putting yourself in such strange positions? When I travel to other countries, like when I went to Mexico City with my ex-girlfriend, the first thing they tell me, don't go there. I ain't going there. Right? They tell me there's a lot of pretty women in the area. Don't go to the area. You may have a girlfriend, but if you want to run off, don't go there. And guess what? I followed the rules, right? That's what you guys need to do.
And I don't understand why I see kids at the club over here popping bottles, showing hundreds. Over what? Nobody cares. You think you impressing somebody?
He's right. If you can ask Wilmer in the video, he's 100% right, because we're laughing at you guys. You think going over there with your gold chains, what you're not supposed to be wearing, popping bottles and acting like you're tough in the club, bro, everybody's laughing at you. Look at him. He's one of them passport bros. Es unos hombres de pasaporte. I know. Look at him. He's going to go after the big booty white girl. He's going to go after the big booty. I told you. He like, give me 5,000. You owe me 5. You owe me 5,000. You know that. You know. Cómprame un aguardiente a lo menos.
You impressing somebody over there like that? All those girls over there are beautiful, but you know what? You don't gotta be popping these hundreds, bro.
Everybody in Colombia, when we go out to the club, anybody can buy bottles and stuff like that. That's something that is very common. It's cheaper than it is here in the United States. And that's nothing good to show off. For the people of us, like me and Wilmer and the other guy, Andres on Earth, who are Colombians or Spanish, English speaking, and both Spanish speaking, when we go there, we act like the locals. We don't try to show off and everything else. No one's telling you to dress like a bum, right? But you need to dress for the occasion. If I'm on the coast, I wear my chancletas, my sandals, and my shorts and everything else. If I'm going to the club, I can dress nice. I can dress with really good clothes, but I don't have like gold chains wearing out and everything else. I'm getting all drunk and everything else and just flopping over in the streets for what? That's pure nonsense. Those are the people that go in there and trying to show off, looking for problems. You don't do that.
Whatever happened to the rule book? Let me cover my drink. You know what I'm saying? These girls are trying to throw that powder in your face and F you up.
Right, you're not impressing nobody, because there tends to be this belief by foreigners who come to Colombia. They think that we're all a bunch of like poor savages or something. There's people in Colombia with some serious money, with serious legal money and illegal money, that can buy 3 houses here in the United States or in Europe. So yeah, those pretty girls over there, they're used to having men throw money at them, because that's how they just move. So you think you're being impressive, and they'll tell you everything you want to hear. Oh, you're different than the local Colombian. Oh, you're more romantic and chivalrous and everything else. That's a lie, because a lot of these guys who are spending money on these women, those women are giving it to the boyfriends. Ask them. Ask the same dude in the video, Wilmer. Every Colombian will tell you, and we're sitting there laughing our butts off and quiet. Shh, be quiet. don't let that gringo know. Quiet. That's his problem. That's how we talk. When us Colombians are going out, we actually go out in groups, and when somebody goes to the bathroom, we're covering each other's drink and stuff like that. This is why you'll have these passport bros and these international daters and these people who supposedly they're just traveling to know the culture, but they're not going for the culture because they go to the same 3 cities every year and they never visit other parts of Colombia. They don't understand that we go out in groups, and it's hard to. We don't have a stand. What do you call a one night stand culture? We just meet up a random girl in the bar, and then you just go out to sleep with them. Those girls are out there that are hunting. Either there's working girls, and a lot of those working girls are hunting because they belong to a group of people. Okay, it could be a local group of people, or it could be something higher in organized crime. And no, I'm not talking about the cartels. I'm talking about like maybe armed militia groups. I had to erase that part because I was naming names, and that can actually get you in trouble. And yeah, these people are trained, and they're trying to blow this powder on you, which everybody knows what we're talking about. And you guys are just falling for it, because the thing is that traditional Colombian women, they're not going to go home with you the very same night. No, if you're going to date a girl, and he will tell you, and all the Colombian guys, if you meet a real girl, first date, you're going out on a group date. First date, you're going out with her friend, with her cousin, with her nephew, with her niece, with her uncle, with her aunt, and you're going out and you're going to meet the entire family. When my ex-girlfriend is from Cartagena, okay? Literally, first date, all her friends showed up, and they were there for 15, 20 minutes making sure that I was okay. And I had my friends texting me, yo, bro, everything okay? Everything, like, text me if anything's problem, all right, checking up every 5 minutes. And on the second date, I met her grandma, I met her grandfather, I met her uncle, I met her cousin, I met her cousin's sons, I met her cousin's second cousin, and I met her granduncle from 3rd generations up ahead. This is what true Colombians are like, all right? And you guys keep falling for that nonsense.
You messing it up for yourself. Don't be stupid, man. Wake up, man. I don't understand a whole lot. Leave me in the comments and please explain what the hell is going on with people traveling out there.
So a lot of these guys, they leave their common sense outside the door when they fly into Colombia. The thing is that they lower down their guard. The thing is that Colombians are very, very polite. We're very polite people. Some more than others, because like I said in my other videos, each different region of the country is like a separate country. As a general, most Colombians are more polite than most other nations. And so these guys, they just because somebody is well-spoken, very respectful, they think that they can lower down their guard and do dumb stuff and put themselves into wrong situations, And some people, they say, oh, well, Latina women are more subservient than docile. No, that is a lie. I want everybody to know that is the hugest lie, the hugest myth. And Colombian women are not submissive. Certain areas are more, I would say, more confrontational than others. As a person who dates costeños from the Caribbean side, not from the Pacific, well, I need to start dating from the Pacific since I just broke up. Wilmer will tell you that those women, they're not something to play with. And if you think they're being docile to you, it's because they're trying to take money from you. So, they'll be polite, they'll cook for you, they'll do anything for you, and so they let these guards down. And when you're not paying attention, that's when they put the wool over your heads. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to laugh, but it's just it's common sense. And for some people, don't have the survival instinct of common sense when they go to another country. If you wouldn't do it in the United States, you wouldn't do it there. And like my brother says, if you're a lame in the United States, you're a lame anywhere else. If you can get a 10 here and all of a sudden a 10 is being super kind to you, in Colombia, no. That means there's an issue going on.
It has to be said what people don't want to talk about, right? So yeah, I have to ask the question. Men, what position are you putting yourself in when it comes to these ladies, these working girls?
The thing is, this happens in the United States as well. I've heard cases in Las Vegas, in Miami, New York City, and people try to blame it on us still. This happens in Brazil too. They call it Boa Noite Cinderella, which means Good Night Cinderella. It's something that happens in a lot of different places, not just Colombia, but everybody wants to blow up Colombia like where there's this mischievous country. Like, no, it's not that. You guys are letting your guards down and you're looking for the wrong things in society, and you have to understand that just because something is legal doesn't mean it's morally acceptable, and some things that are not morally acceptable, you sometimes have, not moral people behind it. I mean, you can find this also in Las Vegas. I mean, it's legal in Las Vegas. Why do you need to travel to Colombia? I think I heard cases like that happen in Dominican Republic as well.
Out in many different places. I mean, I keep seeing, this is the second video I do about the people saying that they got robbed and they got drugged in Colombia. I mean, if you know anybody that this has happened to, please leave a comment.
I do have two stories. One story, is related to the fact that, some people don't know any better. Some people don't have any common sense. Other people is because some people just don't care. If anybody who's been following my videos, I always talk about the infamous Korean from LA, from Los Angeles, Mr. J. Mr. J, he thinks he's a colonialist from the 1600s, and he told me that in front of a group of people in our WhatsApp group that he doesn't care about local culture. See, when you go to different parts of Colombia, each culture is different. In fact, each region is known to be a separate country. There's an old saying amongst Colombians, it's like 5 countries in one. Supposedly, according to Mr. J. And this is not to put Koreans down, because for those who don't know, outside of Colombia, we do have Asians that live in Colombia and have been living there generations before me. My cousins are 3rd generation, 4th generation Chinese Colombian. There's a famous Korean Colombian. I think he just moved in from Korea, and he sings like traditional Colombian music and stuff like that. So I caught him in a few lies. According to him, supposedly his friend was going out for cigarettes, right? 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night, when it's dark. When it's dark, you don't go outside by yourself. And supposedly these people came up to him and they stuck a gun in his face, say, hey, give me your belongings. He didn't tell me he fought back. He said that he got shot in the leg. And then later on, he told me in a different story that he didn't go buy cigarettes, he went to buy bread. And he got shot in the leg because he resisted. It's not like here in the United States, you can act like a tough guy. When somebody comes up to you and they're trying to rob you in Colombia, you give them your stuff. You don't fight back. They will leave you alone. Right? But he comes, I'm a tough Korean from the 1980. I don't know, something about the rooftop Koreans in LA. I'm from the East Coast. I don't know any of that nonsense. And then the second one was from the same WhatsApp group. It was a friend of a friend of a friend. So he's talking about how he's always gone to Colombia and he's been to Barranquilla. He says, I'm a Barranquilla guy. Barranquilla, not Barranquilla, Barranquilla. So he says he flew down to Cartagena. And then he had a contact who knew a girl, right? So the girl came over, they had their fun and whatever. And then he got hungry, and then she left. And he asked for another girl to come by. And according to him, she had another friend. So her second friend comes in, and then he starts cooking and whatever. And he starts taking a shower because he had a little fun time, hint, hint, wink, wink, with the other girl, right? So by the time he came out, she was done cooking, and then she gives him a beer. Next thing you know, he wakes up the next day, everything was gone, and he had a video along with it. And in the video, you can see that her friends, like multiple friends, like 2 females and 2 guys or something like that. One of them is probably her boyfriend. And then you had the taxi driver, who was the getaway driver. They all went in his apartment, they took his wallet, they took his computer, they took his laptop, they took everything. The only thing they did not take was his military ID.
Or if it's happened to you, please leave a comment, because this is a subject that gets real quick touchy, because, what are you supposed to think that it's a bad place to go to? We can't be doing that. We got to actually put it out there the way it is. There's people going here places thinking that, oh yeah, I'm going to show money, I'm going to show my jewelry, I'm going to do what I'm going to do. And
now, if anybody saw my other video to the Colombian YouTuber in Colombia, Andres on Earth, he said, these were his key words. This is why Colombians don't like gringos, because of this attitude that you have. This is not all tourists, but this is some attitude that some have, that they think that they can walk around and do anything that they want. Let's go back to Mr. J, the infamous Korean. And because this guy's a goofball. So anyways, a long story short, this guy says he goes to Medellin, right? And he's been to Medellin, and he's been to these certain nightclubs in Poblado area, which are known to have a certain type of women. And he says, I don't pay for women. I buy everybody in the club a drink. Okay, you knucklehead. Let me explain this to all the knuckleheads out there who have his type of thinking. Number one, working girls don't only make money just finding to have fun time with people, right? When they work in clubs, which are sometimes associated with certain military groups, these women make money by getting you to buy drinks. So if you're selling drinks for everybody and you're buying a drink for everybody in the club, you're still paying for it. And you think, oh, they just sleep with me because of your good looks or your nice personality, when you can't even get a girl in Los Angeles. And this is what gets you into trouble. There's a lot of people, they think that going to Colombia and spending a lot of money, showing off a lot, I can take care of you and stuff like that, being overt with it, and bring women to you. And this is how you get yourself into a situation, because the people who are hunting and eyeballing you and watching you in the corner, they're looking for certain people to take advantage of. Maybe Mr. J has not been got yet, but a lot of people have, and a lot of people who are Asian have been got, unfortunately. And what this happens, people post stuff on the internet. Don't go to Colombia. It is super dangerous. And I met the scopolamine queen, like what's his name, Obi-Land. Sensationalize things, right? And these guys are putting themselves in bad situations. Us Colombians, we don't understand. I go to Colombia, I have fun, I meet people, I go out, I go to parties. I've been in places where most Americans wouldn't even go to. The nicest hotels, and been in the poorest of places. I've been in the highs and the lows. Nothing happens. Wilmer from this video has gone, nothing happens. Andres on Earth is living in Colombia right now. Nothing happens. Can something happen to somebody? Yeah. But the thing is that you don't expose yourself. No dar papaya. Don't put yourself in strange positions. Stop looking for these women of the night. No Colombian woman is going to want to sleep with you after meeting you on the phone within 30 minutes. No one. I'm sorry. Tinder, most Colombians don't use Tinder.
Think they're not gonna get robbed. Not only that, you thinking you Superman, you're gonna take 2-3 girls back to your hotel room. Of course they're gonna take your shit. So you know what I mean? You gotta be more smart about it. It ain't about you. You know what I mean? Everybody's trying to get theirs. So think about it.
Just 2.5 weeks ago, this guy, he in Cartagena, he brings 2 girls to his apartment or Airbnb, and you could see in the camera that they come out and leave with his stuff. The dude had a $30,000 watch. He had like a $10,000 camera. He had like thousands of dollars and stuff. I think he lost $100,000 that particular day, not even bank account wise. And it turns out he didn't have much cash on him either. So total goofballs. Listen, guys, how about instead of going to areas known for street women, how about you go to La Catedral de las Lajas, the Cathedral de las Lajas, by the Ecuadorian border, right? It is a beautiful ancient old monastery cathedral built into the side of a mountain between 2 cliffs. Why don't you go to the Carnaval of de Blancos y Negros, the Carnival of the Blacks and the Whites in Pasto? Why don't you go to Carnaval de Barranquilla? Why don't you go to the Eastern Llanos, the flat plains? How come you don't go see like all the different Native American monuments that are like 30,000, 40,000 years old? You guys don't want to do that. You guys are not fooling nobody. You want to know why none of that stuff happens to us? Because we don't go to those places. These guys, they go to the worst places to meet women. And I'm talking about like the most dangerous neighborhoods. If I'm in Miami, I don't go to Overtown to look for women in the middle of the night at 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm not going to go to the Bronx at 4 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning looking for women, picking up Tinder dates in Los Angeles or Chicago. If I'm in London, I'm not going to be at 3 o'clock in the morning going to the worst neighborhoods. You just don't do that. That's lack of common sense. And this is why you guys keep getting got, because you put in your guard down and you keep falling for this, the submissive woman stereotype. Listen, I don't know what lie somebody told you guys, but Latino women are not the traditional submissive women, okay? Ask Wilmer. Ask about La Barranquilleras, how they are, okay? Who are very fiery. You don't clean up around the house, you're going to get a chair in your head. They catch you cheating, they're going to be fist fighting you in the street, knuckle to knuckle, toe to toe, like a guy. Okay? You haven't heard about the Santanderianas. You haven't heard about the women, even the women from Medellin who are super polite, more polite than the coast. Okay? Once they catch feelings and you mess them up, they will mess you up. I know many men in America, United States, because Colombia is America, in the United States, walking around right now. The wife took the house, the wife took the business, the wife took everything like that. Trust me, when a Colombian woman gets mad, you have no idea what you're waiting for. So no, there's no such thing as a submissive Colombian or submissive Latino woman, traditionalist type. I don't know. And if you do get that one chance, because there is always that small minority, that small chance, that exception, you're going to have to realize that she has family. And if you're going to be treating her like a slave to wash your dishes, to wash your underwear, to wash everything else, and you'll be mistreating her, trust me, you will be hearing from the family. So that's the truth. Wilmer, thank you very much for letting me, giving me permission to use this particular video. I will tag you in it. Anybody who's watching this right now, if you like what you see, please subscribe to my channel on YouTube, Rey Condor, or if you are on TikTok, Rey Condor, ReyCondor. Rey Condor, if you want to, if you can't pronounce or roll the R. Please like and subscribe for more. Have a good day.